My name's Steve MacNeil, and I'm the product manager for 45 Drives. And one of the questions that's asked by our customers regularly is, when I buy a kit, how do I install a redundant power supply? Well, what we have here is this is an older version unit, it's a backplane unit, but it'll exercise will work. So basically what we have here is we have a unit that needs a redundant power supply. This is what you receive as the power supply in the box. So basically we open the box up, and what we have is, thank you Harold, we have the power supply. Put that over there in the way, and I'll place that over there. Okay, so we have the power supply with the harness attached. So what first thing we're going to do is, we're going to remove the elastic bands from the harness. Take a look, see what we've got here. Radio. There we go. And on the harness, these are attached permanently. There's two power plugs that have adapters on them, so we're going to remove those. This is the 24 pin, and this is the 12 pin here. Okay then, and all that's going to leave on the power supply is basically, if you look at it here, are the motherboard connections here, the two end connections that go back to the backplanes, wire backplanes or direct port multiplier backplanes, and some fan cable connections to hook up the fans. What's left? Now, if you take a look at the front of the power supply, you'll see three modules. And basically, thank you Harold, what you do is you remove the three modules, you unscrew the lock screws first. Once you unscrew the lock screws, pull the handles forward. Basically, remove the three modules. Okay, now what you have is, you have the cage. This is the cage that the power supplies mount into. So the biggest concern that our customers have is, they can't seem to fit the cage into the power supply, it just doesn't seem to want to fit, right? So, there's some modifications to the cage that you have to do first. So, the modifications to the cage you have to do is you first have to remove these two brackets. If you look here, there's some little bit of screws here. You just unscrew it here. You unscrew this one. Okay. And then inside here, there's two screws for the power switch itself. You remove both of those screws. Okay, and then we repeat for the other side. These brackets have to be removed. These brackets will not allow the power supply to be installed in the enclosure, and it will interfere with the process. So, we're just about there now. So, basically, you remove the wire here and the rim wire here, and you stretch it forward. You make sure that this metal tang is on the downside, and you hook it into the upper hole. So basically, you run the screw through the side, then you do this, up, backwards, there we go. Alright, now we're cooking. Here we go. So then basically what you have is, make sure it's somewhat level, there you go, okay. So now it's modified to fit in the cage. We have the reset switch set. Now that we've got our power connector, a reset switch set here, where it should be, what we do now is we take these two connectors here and lay them like this. We take the rest of the wires and we gather them at the top. So they're out of the way, like this. Then what you do is you take your two power wires, your two pin connectors, and then basically you slide this thing in place. And there it is. Okay, so these will go to the motherboards. These will go to the motherboard, another paraphernalia. These will sit here, and if you come over here for a second, Chris, you shall see that there are 4 screws here and 2 in the back, and you see my power switch now fits in perfectly, everything fits in. So what we do now is we take 4 screws and our long screwdriver. Notice how long my screwdriver is. And what we do is we run it through Attach the screw.
10 by 8 by 6.
Then we attach the screws one at a time. Do the same with this one. Same procedure. In. Now if you take a look in the very back here, way back, there's two more way back here. You can see them right in there, right back there, there's two of them. So we're going to do the same exact thing again, way back here. Yep, we're in. Okay. This mounts the power supply to the enclosure. As you can see, I will do it for this one as well. You can maybe get a shot once I get it lined up. Okay, take a look inside. And basically, there. Now the power supply is mounted. The reset switch is in the right place. You wire in your motherboards, you wire it in your forward fans, and then you connect your power harness to the back and route it properly. Now, the final step would be hit the reset switch, take your power supply, slide it in place. There it is. That's one. Take these out of the way. Two. That's three. And then you would lock your supplies by tightening these. Just locks your power supplies in place. Flatten your handles, plug in your plugs, and you're way to go. So this is the procedure how to install the redundant power supply inside of our enclosure. I hope this helps, and thank you very much. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us at 45 Drives, info@45drives.com. Thank you, and have a great day.